How are all you beautiful cats and kids out there in YouTube land? Welcome to Planet Flipside. This is the makeup table. I'm Vixen Littlepaw. This is my friend Cherry Bumper.
Hi, y'all.
Hey, y'all doing today?
We're awake. We got half a cup of coffee in us, and then it was like showtime. So here we go.
Hubby went and got me
Waiting on the doctor.
Dunkin'.
Oh, I have Dunkin'
I
every
had
day.
a mocha frozen coffee. And then when it got home, I added peppermint to it. Because they only have peppermint in December. I don't know about you people who can only do peppermint in December. Hi, Brittany. Why did my spinner go away?
I don't know. But if I'm itchy today, I apologize. When I mowed the yard the other day, did not realize how bug-eaten I got until last night.
I have this bug bite that will not go away that is just under the left cheek of my bottom, on the back of my
Put some deodorant on it, I promise you. It'll stop itching.
It didn't work. I keep having...
Okay, but are you using...
hydrocortisone.
Are you using, like, solid stick, or are you using, like, a gel stick?
I use solid.
Because I use a gel, and let me tell you, I smell like a freaking Jolly Rancher. It's great, and I don't itch. And I don't sweat where I put it either. It's great.
What I want to get is Lume, is what I want to get. Is some Lume. Because I'm allergic to a lot of the stuff, the sulfites and stuff.
Hi, Roxana. We are doing the spinner wheel today, which means the spinner wheel gets to choose all of our shit for us today.
I think I might be nice and just not do a base because...
Yeah, no, I don't do the bases. I got a thing against looking like Smurfs. But we need to do the priming and the basing and all that shit first.
Yeah. And Doll is probably not going to be here.
For the makeup table.
For the makeup tables for a while, actually. Because she is starting a new gig, we think. We'll see.
We'll see, and that's okay.
So we'll
she's always with us.
We Mary along. And she'll be here tonight.
Yeah.
When we talk on Homespun Magic about making a rabbit doll. Yeah. Now we can't sell these in the shop like we did the other ones because it's a free pattern.
Yeah,
and they do explicitly ask us not to sell the product.
Oh, did it? Because I didn't read that part.
Yeah, because I read through the whole thing.
It might be because it's trademarked. I typically try to stay away from trademark stuff, but we're finding all this cute shit, and I'm like, nope, gonna do it.
Yep. But I pulled out my cotton. And I'm looking at stuff, and I'm thinking, this might be a good thing to put in the basket.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want a crocheted rabbit by me, you better find your friends and tell them to come follow.
Yeah, because we need those 500, guys.
Yeah, before I start. And we keep having other, artists gonna be putting stuff in our basket too, which is always exciting. So I can't wait to see what Kendra makes. She's doing something specifically for the basket.
Sweet. So I have news.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I told Vixie I had something to tell her before the show, but she had to wait until the show, so haha. I pulled a Vixie.
You're pulling a Vixie. I do that to them all the time.
She does. It drives me insane. So, yesterday I had mentioned that I would get a hold of Mystic Canvas Makeup and see if she would like to come on. She has Wednesdays off. She said she would love. Nope, Wednesdays. That's yesterday.
Wednesday, sorry. Thursdays.
She would love to come on. If you guys contact her tonight, she will get a hold of you tomorrow because she has to work tonight. But she wants to come on.
Awesome.
So I'm super excited. I love her.
She is the queen of cutting the crease. Let me tell you.
Yes.
Graphic eyeliner and cutting the crease. She's amazing. And I just adore her.
She's an amazing person.
She really is.
So that's my exciting news for the day.
Yay! We're just finding all these people who want to be Unicorn Nurse, who isn't Unicorn Nurse anymore. I cannot remember what her new name is coming too, but she has to like fight her schedule.
Yeah.
First. But that's exciting.
Sorry about last night, guys. I was a little elevated. More so than usual. Just because yesterday was a really rough day for me for no reason. I don't understand why. I don't pretend to understand why, but it just was, and I got through it. That's what matters,
all
right?
That matters. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys something. People always ask me what the difference between porcelain and ivory is.
A whole ass shade.
Yeah, this is classic ivory. And it's not white, which most people think. It's got a yellow undertone to it. Where this is porcelain, it's lighter and has a yellow peach undertone to it. Now, a lot of people tell me that I see colors differently than other people because I can see the 70 shades of green in a tree. So, so I would use this as the base, which is the classic ivory, and use the porcelain as a highlight for the lighter areas that I want to highlight. If you want subtle, you just need to be like a shade off when you're doing highlights and contour. If you want it more drastic, you need to go deeper. Search deep within yourself, Luke.
God, don't do that. I'm going to start watching Star Wars again tonight. She mentioned Rogue One the other day, and during the break between shows, guess what I was doing? I was over here watching Rogue One.
I have been watching Breaking Day lately.
Have you?
I've been watching H2O, which is the original Mako Mermaids.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because all these Australian actors are on it that went on to be like
big actors.
Well, Rebecca from the originals. She's one of the main mermaids in it. And she's like a teenager. She's like 17. And the girl who plays Haley, the hybrid in
the originals
and
Vampire Diaries,
and
Legacy,
and Legacy, yeah. She's in it. She's one of the 3 mermaids. Now the third mermaid, I don't know if she went on to do anything in Australia, but nothing that I can find here in America. But they're all really good actresses. And then there's a guy who I know I've seen him on something, and I don't know what it is.
I was watching the newest season of Virgin River last night. Don't judge me.
What is it?
Virgin River. It's on Netflix.
I think I saw that the other day.
It's the closest that I'll get to a Hallmark show ever.
I love Hallmark shows.
I can't do them.
I love them.
I gotta get the shit that blows up, and that's why I just sucked down 5 seasons of The Expanse.
Hallmark Christmas commercials make me cry.
No, can't do it. That's why I don't watch This Is Us anymore. But the guy who plays the eldest brother in the originals.
Okay.
I can't remember his name. Anyway, he's actually in Virgin River as a side character. And I forgot about that until last night when I was watching it. I was like, oh shit, he's on there. And it's not
he's a good actor.
Not the guy who plays Niklaus, but the other guy.
Oh, now I can't think of his name.
Yeah, see?
Oh, damn. Elijah.
But you know his, yeah, there you go. But you know his face.
Oh, yeah, and his canter is very...
Well, and the funny thing is like he does not have an accent at all. He sounds so American in
He's American.
Virgin River. And
well, that's like
I'm just like, what?
The guy who plays Spike in...
James Masterson.
Masterson, yeah. Marsters.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
Anyways, his name is really hard to pronounce because you want to say Masterson, and I always know that's wrong, but saying it correctly is difficult. So anyway, he does not have a British accent.
No.
And when he speaks with his normal American accent,
people freak out.
Freaking weird. And he almost doesn't look like...
Right.
Well, and the other one with accents... I saw Alan Cummings in all these shows, right, over the years. I adore Alan Cummings. He's an amazing actor. I've seen him do English, Irish, French, Canadian, American, and then he's on this talk show, and come to find out he's Scottish, with one of the thickest brogues I have ever heard in my entire life. You almost cannot understand the words that are coming out of that man's mouth. And I thought he was putting on at first, but they actually brought it up in the...
Well, that's like Andrew Lincoln off of The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why he says Carl completely wrong.
Completely wrong?
He's either British or English. He's one of the two.
Well,
I never remember.
Actually.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
He's from the Isle. He's from the motherland.
But there's lots of actors that just shock me sometimes. I'm like, that's not what your voice sounds like.
Yeah. Where you think someone like James Earl Jones, that would be a voice he uses. No, that's how he sounds. That's his normal voice. Liam Neeson.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one. Where it's like, oh, you have a great stage voice. Oh God, that's not your stage voice. Wow. Look at that.
I was scrolling through and somebody sent me a video on TikTok last night. And it was Jensen Ackles as Captain America, which is funny because he actually auditioned for it and was the second person to be given the role, but he said, no, I can't because of scheduling conflict. So he was almost Captain America, but I find it funny that he's playing Soldier Boy on The Boys, which is a Captain America's sort of version from The Boys. And I put in the comments, does nobody watch The Boys? Like, I can't wait for season 3.
I don't watch it.
Oh, you need to watch The Boys. It is.
Flash came out with a new season, and I started watching it, and I couldn't. I'm gonna have to watch the last season because I'm lost.
Oh no!
I'm like, I think I'm lost. I kind of know what's going on, but not enough. I'm gonna have to rewatch them. I missed something somewhere. One of those. I actually have to. I have. Where is it? I can feel it. I have a hair somewhere. It just fell on my fish. It's driving me crazy.
Oh, shit.
All right. So I'm going to actually set this, which I don't usually do, but it's feeling creamy today. So we're going to set. I did moisturize a lot because I had a very long shower today. And most people, if you don't know this, if you take a long hot shower, moisturize like crazy afterwards because you just took those oils out of your skin. So I moisturized a lot, and now my makeup's feeling a bit oily.
The best thing that I've ever found is if you take a hot shower afterwards and you moisturize, like right before you're going to moisturize, put cold water on your face.
Yep, close those
Joseph Morgan. Up. Joseph Morgan. Who the fuck is Joseph Morgan? Is he Elijah? That's where my brain just went.
Klaus. Is that Elijah?
No, Klaus. No, that's not. We're talking about Elijah, not Klaus.
Yeah. Oh, and he's another one though. Klaus also is an American.
Daniel something. Yeah.
Yeah. Daniel. Hey Mel. By the way. All right. What are we spinning for?
Eyebrows.
Eyebrows? Okay.
Eyebrows.
Oh, what the heck is up with my spinner? Why are you being
I don't fucking know.
You gotta tell it off.
Hey, fucking spinner, you better start fucking working. Or I'm gonna start drawing names out of hats. I got a whole wall of them.
You make me buy. It's gonna make me buy Skittles at this rate, right? Buy a bag of Skittles. I won't eat the green ones. Just telling you now. They screwed them up. They used to be lime. They were so delicious. Purple.
I can deal with purple.
We can do purple. We can do purple. I have a red heart stuck in my fingernail. That was interesting. Klaus is one of those characters that I both feel sorry for and hate. I feel sorry for the things he had to go through, but I really hate that he couldn't grow more.
He's the
and yes,
almost...
I've seen all the series that he's in, and yes, I know what his character development was like, and I still think he did not grow up enough.
I think he did in the very last episode. Well, honestly. Then again, you know, when your brother shoves a stake through you, you kind of got to grow up.
Time to grow up. Commercial.
I want to see like the absolute violence of Klaus, but that's just because I'm that psychotic.
Klaus reminds me a lot of Spike.
Oh, I want to see fucking Spike put a railroad spike through somebody's head, damn it. They never showed it.
Well, that's because it was on TV.
I know, but still, they could have done it. That's also why I have a 3-foot railroad spike in my bedroom. Hello, Oregon Jeep Girl. How are you?
Hey, Jenny. How goes it? Are you elevated? Of course you're elevated.
I'm not currently elevated.
Jenny,
that was last night. I just could not handle yesterday.
That's what Jenny does for a living. She keeps the garden.
Oh, I love you.
She tends the forest. It's legal where she is. Okay. Where's my spoolie? I've got like 5,000 of them. Oh, you guys might want to see what we're actually doing. Sorry about that. I did a dark purple as my baseline. And then I'm putting a brighter purple up top, so it kind of ombres out.
I pulled the blood coin from Bloodlust. Oh, excuse me.
I think they're pretty good. Mine don't even look related ever, so.
Are you kidding? Have you seen mine lately? I chased them to get a baseline, and they're like, no, fuck you. This is what your eyebrows look like. They're naturally cockeyed. Fuck you.
It's just the way it is. Way it is. Well, and then people have been commenting on my side smile, telling me that it's a gimmick on other platforms, not here.
I do it all the time, and it's instinctive. It's not because...
Mine is because Bell's palsy runs in my family. Most of the women in my family only smile with the left side of their face. Especially if we're not being conscious of it.
I do a purse as well. I'm always like... Just because I like, yo, how cute it is right here. I think it's adorable. People are like, you're trying to do duck lips. I'm like, no, if I was trying to do duck lips, it'd be...
I remember my great grandmother like, oh, look at those dimples. They're like angel kisses. And my mom, I was like 4 at the old. No, I wasn't even that old. Yeah, probably about 4. My mom says, those are muscle deficiencies. You know that, right? I'm like, I like grandma more than you.
Yeah.
Who tells their kid that?
I mean, you should hear some of the shit I was told, but that's a whole ass other story.
It's a muscle deformity. Thanks, Mom. Anyone out there following along with us? What are we doing next?
Usually we do highlight and contour, but we did that today already, so...
Blush?
Yeah, sure. Waiting on the nurse to find out when surgery is going to happen. Okay.
Yellow.
Oh, do I have a yellow? Do I have a good yellow? Yeah, it's right next to a green. We'll see how this goes.
I'm used to using yellow like a highlight. I don't think I've ever used it as well. Let's see what kind of yellows I got. Let's see what I got.
That's okay. We are pretty understanding when it comes down to it.
Oh, I understand. No, if you guys rewatch last night's, actually a little bit on the game, but very much so on the Twitch stream, I am in and out. I'm all pixelated. I don't know what was going. It's been raining a lot here, and not only is the computer hardwired in to the Ethernet, my phone is hardwired in like you would hardwire a computer because the reception is so bad. So very, very bad. Okay. Get all that pink off of there. I'm going into Color Glaze, Color Fusion, and I'm going to be taking that yellow.
That's what I did.
Right there. Is that the one you're using?
That's the one I used, and then I turned around and put Wow on top of it from Jawbreaker, which didn't actually stand up to the Color Fusion, which shocks the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Now, I have green undertones. So you're going to see how different, you can see already, between Cherry and I, the effect.
Cherry's very red undertoned.
Yep, like my mom. My mom has very red undertones. I remember once I wore like the full lid of pink, like a pink, I think I actually used the blush I had because that's all I had. Eyeshadow and then black liner. My mom really liked the look and she's like, can I try that? And I'm like, you know, it's not.
That's not gonna work for your skin.
Because she has gold and red, both gold and red undertones, and it didn't. She didn't like it whatsoever. Okay, now I'm gonna go in right above that color is a yellow glitter, and I'm gonna put that on the balls of my cheeks.
Which is this one right here, guys.
Yeah. And you can see, you might be able to, I can see it. Yeah, you can see it. See that shine right there? And then I'm going to, now you don't want that to go, that shine, you don't want to go any lower than your nostril, really. Because then you'll take any kind of contour away. And I'm going to blend that out up my nose. Up your nose with a rubber hose, Marat. And then I'm going to take and load up my brush with that glittery one again. And I'm going to do the end of my nose. Look at that. I've got a little nose.
You got a button nose.
All right. There's a name for this, the way I did this, and I can't remember what it's called now. I just learned it yesterday. Crap. High something. I don't remember. I'll have to look it up again and see if I can find it. All right. What are we doing now? We did blush. And now we're going to do eyeshadow?
Sure.
All right. Let's get 3. Oh, wow. Blue.
Fucking hate blue eyeshadow.
I know. Lime. This is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to key this all together. And white.
Blue, lime, and white. Okay.
Blue. Blue, lime, and white. Commercial. I need a mojito now.
Right?
Blue, yellow, lime. I need a mojito. I'm going to use a fluffy brush and dig into my lime color. I'm just going to build that right here in the crease.
See, the difference between our eyes is you have a crease. Mine's buried.
Mine's hooded, but not as much as yours. Yeah. And I also have trained myself to lift my eyebrows. That's from modeling. I almost cannot be
even if I did lift my eyebrows, when I put them down, you wouldn't see anything.
Yep. And when I laugh, I have no eyes. I laugh my eyeballs away.
That depends on the elevation.
How'd that stack up? Pretty good, actually. What you guys see is not what I see, just so you know. So sometimes I have to go back and look in the camera. Oh, that's awful. Okay, I'm gonna go.
You're gonna go.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to take a little bit of the next shade up of the green and put it right in that crease. And then blend it out a little. Because that green is looking a little dingy. So let's spruce it up a bit, shall we?
Give me a second and I'll show you what I ended up doing. Hey, I need you, fucker. I didn't want to play with you anyway. Come here. Where the fuck did you go?
Ran away.
It did, and it's on a black background. Fuck around, guys. I just lost my favorite part. And I left. Ah, fuck it. It'll show up when I really need it. So what I did was
glittery.
I'm taking all the pigments. Like I took that blue and did my outer corner, and then I went up to the shimmer and put that over that, and I did the same thing with that lime green and that shimmer as well. And there's no white in this palette, so I have to find another palette, which will probably be Jawbreaker, since that's what I use as a mirror anyway.
Oh, you know what this is? This is very peacock. I just realized.
Very much so.
Green, blue.
There's people out in the world that don't know that the male peacocks are actually the ones that are the very vibrant ones.
Oh, yeah, the peahens are the girls.
And then I'm just blending Virgin from the Jawbreaker palette into, which has a lot of fallout, by the way. Not very happy about that.
If I paid as much for those palettes as they say to pay for them, I don't have any of them, but I would be really upset with fallout.
Oh, don't get all of my brand names are all gifted, which is amazing because I appreciate the shit out of everybody who gifts them to me. I truly, truly do. So I don't complain much, but when I do, it's because there's a reason.
This is okay. So what I did was I took the color, the blue, and I brought it down almost the exact amount, like as a lower lid as the upper lid. And I'm doing what's called blowing out, which is you put the color on and you take a fluffy brush and you just blend it out. And I do little circles, very light touch. And I'm blowing it out. This is...
Which is completely different than blowing your brushes. Don't blow your brushes.
Yeah.
It's gross.
It's a good way to get an eye infection.
I mean, if you want to spit in your eye, just spit in your eye already. And if you can figure out how to do that, let me know. I need to see that. We need to sell tickets for that.
That's something I need to see. And you'll see as I'm pulling that blue into where the blush is, because we use the yellow brush, it is making a green, which comes back up to the green on my eyelid. So there's a method in my madness. Just wait. Okay.
What the? Oh, it's right in front of me. I'm putting shit not where it goes, and it pisses me off when I do that.
Put it in the wrong spot. You'll never find it that way. You know what? I'm going to put a little of that blue shimmer
just the tip, guys. Just the tip.
Just the tip. It's just the tip. And a little bit more on the very bottom. You want a shadow right there. Oh my God, that's cute.
You're adorable.
I'm feeling it. All right. Now I'm going to go in with the Maharan white. And I'm going to highlight a little bit with the powder. And then I'm going to get it all wet and turn it into some dramatic liner and dots and circles. But first I'm going to bring the white up to my brow. Da, da, da. See that? Pop! See the difference, guys? Where is it?
Love it.
It's just a white line under the brow. That's all the difference is. Because we want it to pop. And I'm going in the corner. I'm actually going to bring it out onto my nose.
I'm just going nuts over here with freckles. It's okay.
It's okay. You see there, I'm going to come back to you first. I'm actually doing some freckles here. I'm going to do some blue ones from my nose to about the middle of my eye, so to my pupil. Just a few, not a lot.
Well, I didn't do freckles yesterday, so.
I didn't even do any recording yesterday. And it made no videos.
Me neither.
It was not a video day for me.
Well, when I do my flood the feed, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So usually I take a day or two off.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I have a lot saved because I only post like 1 or 2 videos a day. So I'm using the Maharan Blue and the Starlight palette, which is my favorite, the Starlight. Now I keep gonna, if anybody wants to send me a paradise cake, I will try it. But that's wet only. I really like having the ability to use the powder and the wet active. They look the same, but I guess the paradise one, because you can only use it wet, it doesn't transfer dry, is it doesn't blend. It's almost like a stop. So a lot of people use them together, which I can see. I could see the pros and cons there.
So I printed out the rabbit yesterday. The only problem is I don't have the first page, but I have it on my phone, but I don't think it has any instructions on it. If it does, it's okay.
I don't, as long as that triangle, the start of it is a triangle. Do you have the instructions for that? Oh, you don't have the instructions for
that? It's on my phone. It's fine.
It's like 5 stitches, so don't, it's not a big deal. And I was gonna start crocheting it next week, but I think I'm gonna start crocheting it before next week so that I can be up. I might basically have 2 going at the same time. Because the pattern is a little bit awkward the way it's written.
I haven't read through it yet.
I read through it and I was like, I can see where some of this is going to get a little confusing for some people. I just tested enough patterns to kind of go, oh, this is probably what they mean. Especially when you look at the second step and go, now, the only way I can do that step is if we did this a little bit different over here. And she marks her increases different than a lot of people do. It took me a second to figure it out. I was like, I don't know. She words it a little different. I think she has a personal shorthand. Might be more people than just her, but.
Oh, it's jalapeno popper night. And I've got one that's super red. That makes me excited.
Okay. I had an itchy.
You had an itchy what? Uh-oh. Bixie. She's frozen, guys.
I just lost the internet.
Well, we can.
There we go. Can you see me?
We can see you. You're just super pixelated.
Okay. A storm rolled up, so if we get pulled off, y'all know what happened. And we love you.
Yeah. Yeah. You almost missed it. Well, good thing you're here.
Okay. I need one of these little tiny brushes.
Oh, she's at a job today. She'll be back for Homespun Magic tonight.
Did you see that we got jungle wood for
no, I didn't.
Yep. I planted jungle trees and cocoa beans and bamboo over by the trash.
After I got off the phone with Justin last night, I was just like, bedtime.
No, I figured that's what happened. I didn't stay out much longer after you left, actually.
So what's your funny story, Kira?
Yeah, we're listening. Believe it or not.
That's weird.
Hmm.
Oh, my hair got caught in my gauges while I was sleeping, so it left crunchies.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Okay. It's too big. This brush is too big.
Oh, shit.
This porch is too hot.
Oh, shit. Fucking my nap. I don't know why I slept for like 11 hours.
Oh, don't like that brush.
Someone broke into the dealership where your mom's car is and stole the tracker from her car, and they stupidly plugged it into the... Why would they steal nothing but a tracker? That makes no sense to me.
Sounds like they're stupid.
Did they think it was worth something?
Maybe they thought they could do a crime and pin it on her. It was her tracker.
I don't understand people anymore.
I mean, that's the closest thing to like I could figure.
Right. Right. Why would they plug it back in? It's like stealing somebody's phone and turning the location services on.
That has happened to me. I told them they're lucky I found them and not the police. Or they're lucky that the police found them first and not me.
So now you can see where they are, and you told the police exactly where they are.
Yep.
So I got out of the shower today, and my ends are fading rapidly. I knew that was going to happen, but I'm also debating on whether or not I'm going to trim my hair. But if I trim my hair, like 1.5 inches is coming off, because that's the crunchy.
No, that's usually how I do it. Like, okay, you're done.
Now the fun part is am I going to razor cut it or am I going to scissor cut it and point cut the fuck out of it? I don't even know.
I shaved my head.
You told me that yesterday.
I dreamt about it last night. I think it's because my eczema has been acting up. Mm-hmm. So I've had a really gross scalp. Today I did a tar treatment, though, so it's better.
I had to stop using the tunnels down to the mine because I was starting to have nightmares about it.
Oh, that's happened to me before. I'm laughing because I've been there.
So I ended up finding another way, I started going through the tracks instead of going through the tunnels and shit. You know it, you have claustrophobia when you have fucking nightmares about it.
A video game, by the way.
From a fucking video game of all things, yes.
You guys didn't know.
It's okay. I got a picture from a friend of mine today, and it was of my neighbor looking into my friend's vehicle because he's a locksmith. He's like, "Do you know this guy?" I'm like, "Yeah, he lives next door to me. He's a crazy alcoholic. His name is blah, blah, blah." He goes, "Yep, that's him." And I was like, "I just told you who it was." Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy alcoholic.
Literally, like, walks out in the middle of the night and yells for no reason. And it's usually between 1:30 and 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, last call.
Well, usually if he gets rowdy, I wait till he gets good and rowdy. And then I call the sheriffs and I'm like, "Look, come get your boy. He's acting a fool again."
Put him in a cell, let him sleep it off.
Yeah, Roxanna mine tries to tell me that he's going to borrow mine, and I'm like, "You can't though, because I need it, and you're gone when I need it. So you can't borrow it. You can buy one when we have the money for it." I don't know when mine's coming home. He got sent back out last night, but he only went to Iowa. He might be home tomorrow. I think he's picking up his reload either tonight or tomorrow. And then he'll be home until probably Sunday because he got switched dispatchers again. And his new normal dispatcher was out of the office yesterday. So he got his old dispatcher back, which was nice because we didn't want him home from Wednesday until Sunday. There would have been a lot of murder.
I'm good as long as I get my anti-murder juice.
Oh, my anti-murder juice doesn't always help, but it helps a lot. When Justin and I first moved in together, we worked 2 completely different schedules, so it was really hard. Now it's not so much because I just need to know what time zone he's in, which I have him on Life 360, so I can tell where he's at. And we did that in case of if anything happens to him, because a couple of years ago he got stuck on the Mississippi Highway, and actually had to chain up on the highway because they had a freak ice storm come through. And he was going up and then he was going backwards. So he stopped the truck and put chains on, and a trooper shows up and says, "What are you doing?" He said, I'm putting chains on my tires so I can climb the mountain." And the trooper looked at him dead ass in his face and said, "I've never seen anybody put chains on tires before." But I looked, for some reason I looked on like 360 and he had been stuck there for like an hour and a half. So I called and he answered, and had he not called, I would have called the police and given them his location. It's not because
we had a hub from Verizon for the longest time. And it would give hubby report cards. I love that damn thing. We need to get another one. It's also a hotspot in the car, so I don't have to hear it from the kids.
Oh, all of our phones have hotspots. So
no. This is just a hub that goes in the car.
Right.
It's its own.
It's got its own phone number and all that bullshit. Yep. Yeah.
But it did save our lives when the last hurricane, when this tow truck broke our van in half, the undercarriage of our van in half, in the middle of nowhere, Florida, in the sugar sand.
Oh shit!
And I have 3 autistic kids, and I'm not moving very good.
Right.
And it was hot, and I really thought a couple times we were going to freaking die. Anyway.
Well, granted, if anything happens to him, I can always call his dispatcher and be like, "Look, I don't know what's going on. I haven't heard from him." And usually I don't do that unless I haven't heard from him for 24 hours. And I've never had to do that with this company, thank God. Because they don't want to call for me at 2 o'clock in the morning going, "Where the fuck is he?"
Did you guys lose something?
Oh, they won't ever lose their truck. That's for damn sure. But there's a lot of trucker wives out there that are like, oh, we don't have that because we don't want them to think that we think that they're cheating. I know he's not cheating. He'd get caught real quick. It's not that hard.
Oh, he's not cheating.
No. And on top of that, we have a very, very profound respect for each other. And communication, actually, him going into trucking is what saved us because it forced us to communicate versus him being home every night. You have Apple phones, so you can, yeah, you've got Find My Friend. We had Find My Friend when we had our iPhones. And it was okay. Like, it worked. But
we have, on the phones, we have, well, hell, I can't remember what it's called. Abby, if you're listening, what do I send you when I don't know where I am or don't know how long I'm going to be with Mom? My mom kidnaps me. And we're just going to go stop at a place and then we'll be done.
19 hours later.
Yep. Turns into a 3-day outing. I hate it. What is that's going to drive me nuts?
I don't know. Oh shit. Oh shit. No. Dude, I just found that. That's so shitty.
What
I just lost an eyelash and it was right there.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
It's fucking gone. This is some shit. What are you doing underneath of that pallet, you fucking psycho? That's not where you go, by the way.
Ooh, I can hear that thunder.
I can hear the thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a biscuit. God bless America. Don't be a dick today, fucker.
Not today, Satan. All right. It's pretty cute. All right.
I dig it.
I believe we're on lipstick, right?
Yeah. I'm going to finish my lashes real quick, though.
Sure. I haven't done mine yet.
Teal.
Yeah. Actually, with this, I can totally see that working. Pardon me.
These fuckers are not working today. Lay down and go to sleep, fucker.
I don't like that. Do over.
Yes, I know you're excited, and I will feed you your jalapeno poppers after we are done here, but until then, you need to stop.
You're getting growled at.
Oh, I am.
I had ramen with pork.
And like real ramen or like
real ramen.
Okay.
I eat real ramen. With pork and onions and peppers, and it was delicious.
I have them every Thursday, Roxana. It's what I do in between shows.
Yep.
I have the stuff all made up for chicken tacos because I made chicken tacos last night, but I decided on Thursday.
But I'm the boss.
Yes. My bedtime says at 8.
But
I the boss.
I love.
That was one of the very first audios I used on TikTok. Mine are super basic too. Like the most I do is put granulated garlic and everything bagel seasoning on them. Sometimes I add extra things like different kinds of cheeses.
Alice posted in the Discord server her snack, and she had cream cheese with everything bagel seasoning on it on her celery.
Oh yeah, I would do it.
So here, I'll let you guys get closer. Not too close.
I think that is fucking phenomenal.
And I'll probably put in, I don't know. My eyes have been kind of pissy, so I might not put in contacts and lashes. But it's cute like this. I don't really need them. With all the painting, all the swirlies and stuff, you really don't need the lashes. In fact, if I do put lashes on, I'll probably only put the 15 millimeter, not the big 22 or 25 millimeter.
I have a whole ass container full of 25 millimeter.
I have 2 things of 25
lashes, but the thing is like they hit my eyebrows.
Well, and then when I do the lower ones, when I started doing the lower ones, that I wanted them to be more dramatic than the little anime ones, which I really do like. I cut the ends off of the 25 millimeters and just put like the 3 sprigs, and that was cute. Thank you, Roxana.
Now this lipstick will not last, especially after the poppers. However,
thank you, Nisa.
Drop the wheel.
Drop the wheel. You want me to put the wheel back up?
Why are we putting the wheel back up?
Why are we drop? Oh, I did it already. We're on a delay.
Oh.
We're on a delay. That's pretty good. That was a pretty good complex makeup look for an hour, actually.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it.
Me neither. I kind of like it. It's giving me kind of pixie vibes.
I feel like really I have seaweed on my lips.
I actually used a couple things. I used Beauty Creations Aquamarine Gel Liner. And then I tried to put purple gloss on top of it. Did not like it. We had to do a do-over with that. Vixie. So I put some chapstick on. And then I took an aquamarine teal color from my palette.
You're making me forget. I was supposed to. My stamps.
Your stamps.
I forgot my stamps.
You didn't do any stamps.
I got them right here.
Oh, good. It's okay. I'm doing okay. It's been storming like crazy. My chest freezer died.
Oh, did you find a new one?
Well, no. Well, we just finished vacuuming out the rest of the water, so you can plug it back in, and it did kick in like it's running. So we're gonna let it sit for 3 hours and see what happens. Because it might have just needed to be defrosted. I haven't defrosted in a couple of years. I used to defrost it every year because it's an older model. I mean, it's more than 18 years old.
Well, I hope your test comes back negative.
Me
That's
too.
The eyeliner side.
Yeah, there's even more of a lag today than there usually is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the weather. I don't know. But, and then, so I'm looking for ones and I can't find the size I want. So I'm thinking about actually ripping out some of my cupboards and putting a half chest in my kitchen.
There you go.
And then put shelves in the mud room where the freezer was, because we really do need shelves back there. Yeah, I really think you get better soon too, Mel. I don't like it when you're sick about.
No, Vixie cries.
I do. It's very, very, very. Somebody made me ugly cry yesterday.
Well, it wasn't me, thank God.
It wasn't?
Did I make you ugly cry yesterday?
Yes.
Why did I make you ugly cry yesterday?
You told me how important I was. Like, holy shit.
I thought you needed to hear that.
It was awesome. It was so sweet. I was like,
the funny thing is I sent that to you and like 3 people have sent that to me. So now I have to blind react to a video that I sent you. And I'm like, I already say that.
That happens to me all the time.
It's okay. I'll still do it. Especially like I'll do blind reacts. Like there's one person that sends me blind reacts like every day. She sends me multiples. That's how half of the Flood the Feed was made this time.
I noticed.
And she even has a hashtag for it. But every once in a while, other people will send me blind reacts. And I'm like, okay, fine. And then there's videos that people tag me in multiple times. Like there was one of the Twisted Hatter videos that she did where it was a craft room and like 4 people tagged me in it. I was like, I've seen this, guys. And then 3 people sent me the same video that I sent you last night. In the city I live in, someone has COVID. They don't have to quarantine, but it's recommended. Well, that's junk. Then again, apparently the CDC is now saying regardless if you're vaccinated or not, you still need to wear a mask. So there's that.
There's a new strand.
Yeah, it's information that they're pulling from the Delta variant. Which, welcome to our new reality. I don't think it's ever going away, but that's my opinion.
It will be. It'll be gone.
I hope so.
Well, if not, it's the end of humanity. So
I don't think it's going to be the end of humanity. I think they're finally going to do enough research to find a vaccine for it. So anyway, I don't think it's going to be the end of humanity. I think it's going to end up in 20, 30 years being like a chicken pox shot or, like a measles mumps kind of thing. Well, that's because there's it consistently mutates. It's always mutating.
That's the thing about viruses.
And in the more populated area you live in, yes, it's going to happen because it's got more people to attach itself to.
It's got more food.
Yeah, kind of like zombies, you know?
If I was a zombie, I'd never eat your brains.
There ain't no brain up there, honey. There's dead air.
I just want your heart. Hey, Cherry.
Hey, Vixie.
You look very cute today.
You're a very pretty lady.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you all had a good time. Thanks for watching us. Be crazy rapscallion.
Rapscallion. We got what you said, love.
That stuff. I don't know where my vocabulary went. It ran away.
Plus, we've had the Stampede, which is the city is popular for. Wasn't the smartest thing. We love you too.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody.
We had people come down here for spring break, and everyone who lived here we locked our doors.
Yeah, fuck that. No, you keep your COVID to yourself.
Yeah, you college students.
Fuck around. That's what they was doing, and that's how they caught the COVID.
And that's not a joke. Like, most of us stayed 2 weeks. Nobody left their houses during spring break down here.
No, I wouldn't either.
If you lived down here in Florida, I was like, no.
No.
Because we're right by the beach, so don't fuck around with it. Oh. Anywho, I'm going to maybe I think I need to make videos. I kind of, this look is kind of growing on me, actually.
I know, I've got a couple of blind reacts I can do.
Yeah. I have a couple audios again. And I'm starting to get used to TikTok's. They could approve it so much. There's so many things
I know, Vixie. I know.
Why won't they listen to me? I would give them the code for free. Well, and anyway, they're owned by the same company. They could just take the code.
Well, and the thing, weren't they? They were just bought out in January.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it was January. It was actually January of last year.
No. It was another company bought them out this last January.
Oh yes,
they've changed hands like 4 times since I jumped on.
But it's Bigo. If anyone wants to know, it's Bigo. It's public knowledge. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll say it. It's Bigo. They own both TikTok and Likey. That's why all the things over on TikTok are starting to look like Likey. Just so you know.
I don't spend much time over there.
Well, I used to. I used to be really, team Likey, and
you were the bee's knees over there, man.
And then they screwed me, and I'm like, you know what?
Fuck those guys.
Kissed. I like to be kissed, not just screwed.
Yeah.
And dinner and a movie helps too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so. And like I was telling Sherry, I don't stay in abusive relationships with people as long as I did with them.
Right. Right.
But a lot of people in the coffee house are talking about not being there anymore. I guess it's getting worse. I haven't been there in about a month. Because it wasn't good. I
post makeup videos over there. It gets like 3 views, and I'm like, okay, whatever, fuck off.
My stuff just got pulled. The last time I was trying to, be productive and at least post once a day.
Right. I'm that ornery bitch that every time they pull one of my videos, I just put it right the fuck back up. I don't care. Yes, it's jalapeno popper night.
You listen to me to the end of time. Aww. Yeah, I just started seeing you again on TikTok. I'm not on Likey at all. If you all are looking for me on Likey, I just can't stand them anymore. They messed with my crazy on such a bad level that no. Like I said, I've stayed in abusive relationships longer than I've.
And there are other platforms that we can put ourselves on that we will do much better on. Here.
Definitely
here.
Instagram. I do pretty good on the reels on Instagram.
Yeah. Like I
just had a kid like bombard me with terrible trolling stuff. It was fun.
And you didn't call me?
It just happened before the show.
Oh, you know what's happening. Where's Jimmy?
I posted a sweet tart. It might be my first sweet tart video on Reels. And I got a ooh and throw up faces. It was great. I looked and the first here we go. The first comment was, "Oh my God, you look wonderful." And I thought,
Kira, if not, it's Vixen.
They were 15. Vixie, that's okay. I've been called worse. Yeah, I'm Vixen Little Podcast Sport, or if you take my link in the descript, it will give you all my
yeah, Brittany,
all my stuff. And yeah,
they taste like chicken. It's great.
I just said, well, thank you for pushing me into the algorithm. You have a magical
day. I love it because they start they interact with you and they think that they're going to get their way, and you're just like, thanks for pushing, motherfucker. I hope you have a good day.
And every time they do, I get the last time that I had 5 all at once came. I think they were friends, they were trying to outdo each other, which was funny. Brittany. Because in less than an hour, I had 2K views.
I haven't gotten that high. I've gotten up to 1,800, which is pretty fucking remarkable for my shit. That's a lot.
So in less than an hour, 2K views. I'm like.
See, we have this secret weapon though. And I like to call it Jimmy.
Sky Jimmy.
Because he's always like, look, I'm not as nice as the person you're attacking. I will fuck your world up. And I'm like, get him, Jimmy!
Eat him, Jerry. Eat him to death.
In the live I had on Likey, I had someone come into my live talking about the size of a certain body part. Yeah.
Well, yeah. No. And that's another reason I don't go live on TikTok either, because
I do. It's sporadic,
a lot of people who go live on TikTok all of a sudden have Thanos accounts.
Mm-hmm. It happens daily now. I'm waiting.
But if it does happen and you think it's because of mass reporting, let me know, because we need to talk to a lawyer about pulling, because the way they have it set up, they are contractually obligated to tell you who mass reported you.
Yep.
And once that happens, you get to sue them.
And you can have their IP blocked.
They have their IP blocked. You get to sue them for damages, time, and
mental devastation,
hardship, and all this kind of stuff. So, and if they're a minor, guess who gets sued?
Oh, their parents.
Their parents. Wouldn't that be a lovely wake up call? I'm telling you, if I'd
be pissed. I'd fucking rip mine to a new fucking shred, man. I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah, you're down to a mattress in the corner for a couple months.
Right.
First of all. And then we'll start talking about what you can earn back.
Surgery is August 16th. Okay. Yeah, no, if I got a lawsuit because of my buddy.
No, I have also gone live on Instagram, and I kind of do like Instagram's lives. I like the way they're set up. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I don't get much traffic on my lives on Instagram. And I don't know if that's because I haven't really set a time or if it's just the way it's put out there. Now, when I go to other people's lives and they ask me to go up on Instagram, I went to Madness's live on Instagram and she pulled me up onto it. And all of a sudden, 7 people who were following me, who knew me, not her, came because they alerted.
Right. It's kind of like Facebook Live.
Which I don't do Facebook at all.
Well, back in the day, I did.
Laters, drive safe.
Be careful. Peace.
Can't see Kay messing with people on TikTok.
Well, and I've blatantly said before on TikTok, when the kids come at me, I am not here to parent you. You are not my child. I will treat you as such. And if you don't like the words that come out of my mouth, call your mama, call your daddy, have them come to me, and we will have a discussion. And you will not like the result of that discussion.
No. Well, it's like when I was first introduced to TikTok was right after it was no longer musical. Mm-hmm. It was the week after. That's what I mean. It's right after. And it was a little different than it is now. Okay, it was a lot different than it is now. And it changed quite a few times before that, too. And, oh, okay. I'm like, hey, Brent.
Oh, no. He knows better because he knows. Like, everybody he goes to school with knows me on TikTok. They watch my shit.
But when I first started, I was like, okay, I was really conscious about having 18 plus in my bio.
Yeah.
Blocking people who followed me who are underage. Blah 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 blah. You know what? I'm not doing that anymore. I came to the realization that this is not my yup, man.
No. And I did the same thing.
My kids and I've taken care of other people's kids because they've asked me to put the nanny on, and they were good enough friends that I'm godmother status,
Yeah.
And I'll do that every now and then. But if you can't keep track of your kids online, that's not my fault. And not my job. And when kids come in and try to parent me.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry, wait, you want to tell me how to parent when you can't even keep your own kid in line? Fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
Some woman came at me on Likey. This was great. On a live. A woman came at me. She said, "You made my daughter cry." I said,
okay. Baby, you should fucking watch what your kids do on the internet.
I said, I don't intentionally make children cry, but if I did, what happened?
Right.
Well, you told
There's a 5-minute lag today.
You said something. Oh, wow. 5 minutes. That's crazy. You said something. You were telling a story and it upset her. And blah, blah. I was telling a story and it upset her and she cried.
That's not your fault.
It might have been a sad story, first of all. Second of all, that's not my job. If you don't want her listening to adults talk about stuff, they don't need to be online. My son came to me the other day and said, I want to download Among Us on the Switch. I said, no, but it's on sale. I said, no, I'm not having that on the Switch. Why? Because you start talking to people I don't know and I can't.
Right.
I can't moderate it.
Let's put it this way. Mine doesn't have social media, period, for the simple fact of he talked inappropriately to a female and I jumped his ass. Like I told him, if they press sexual harassment charges on you, that's you. That's not me. I've told you, I've taught you better than that. Don't be a dick. And if people have a problem with me telling my son that he's being an asshole or he's being a dick, they can come parent him.
Yeah, and you're right, Brent. One of the problems with video games are rated, just like movies.
Yep.
And any video game my kid plays, I've played it first. Or at least thumbed through it. Like he just saw that I had the Harry Potter Lego on my Switch last night. He saw that. He's like, "Is that Harry Potter?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Okay." And he just kind of looked at me and said, "Yes, you may download that one." Because he just downloads it from my server to his server. It's not like he's buying it again.
Well, Brian, I've also told mine, I'm trying to raise you to be a productive member of society, not an inmate.
Oh, I tell my kids are special needs, first of all. And they don't always comprehend what's going on. But most of the time, we
have very different
understand the words coming out of my mouth.
Right.
And I know they do. People are like, oh, he doesn't understand. Oh, yes, he does. My oldest does not speak. He makes sounds, but he does not speak. But I know he knows every word that comes out of my mouth because I'll look at him and go, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, then he knows.
He knows. And you know what my standard line for that one is? My job is to raise you not to be an asshole. Quit being an asshole. So I'll have to hit you. Right. I'll hit your backside. I don't care how big you are.
and that's what we are trying to do, Brentley, is we are trying to teach him how to survive. We are trying to teach him how to be a functional member of society. We are trying to teach him that, entitlement is
bullshit.
It's bullshit. And not only that, but it's not a right. We're trying to teach him the difference between rights and privileges. Which is hard enough to teach. Yes, especially when you're
all the stimulus and social media and stuff like that.
Yeah. And on top of that,
it's still hard.
It really is, because he doesn't even have a phone. But and I have I don't want to call it a handicap, but I'm the step parent. So of course it's just because he won't listen. It's got to come out of dad's mouth. So there's the constant frustration, but there are times where I actually do get through to him and he understands. It's just he's bullheaded like a teenager is, and thinks that, you know, neither his dad nor I were ever teenagers. We were just born grown-ass adults.
That's what my mother says. How were you born with an old spirit and no guilt? I didn't pick it.
We're doing great. Just a little bit of hurt. I didn't have a phone until I was 18. Well, and it's I've seen what happens when he has a phone. Verizon contacted me and said, somebody's watching too much porn on your account. And I said, well, it's not me, and it's not the old man. It's got to be the teenager. No, I did not birth that. That is the bonus baby.
It did not come from my loins.
No, that did no. I had my tube side long before he was born.
I was paid.
I treat him like he's mine because the circumstances are as he is mine.
Responsibility is
correct. Them hormones are real. Let me tell you, they're a fucking bitch.
And it doesn't matter if they're special needs either.
Oh my God. No. And I understand that we live in a very small town and there's not a lot to do. And I understand he's going to be a normal teenager and he's hit all of
the benchmarks.
Yep. Every single one of them, to the point where I can't trust him in his bedroom when his door's closed because he'll sneak out. So taken away from he has a phone. We pay for it. He doesn't have possession of it. I do.
Somebody asked me about that. They're like, well, what if your kids had phones, you'd have tracking on them? Because I've told people more than once, my whole family
I've got tracking on him. It's called the fucking police if he fucks up, and he knows if them fucking police show up to my door, buddy.
But I've told people time and time again, if I could microchip all of my family, I would. We microchip dogs.
Oh, I've told him if he fucking sneaks out one more time, I'm contacting the landlord and I'm gonna have her put bars on his windows. But I'll be damned if he's gonna grow up to be an asshole because I didn't raise him that way.
Yeah.
And I also understand once he's an adult, he's going to do as he pleases and he's going to make every mistake that, you know, his dad and I have ever made. And that's fine. We can still walk him through it. But at the same time, as a parent, you always hope that your children don't make the same mistakes that you did.
Yeah, it's rough. It can be rough.
Oh, I was a rough teenager. I was rough as shit.
I was never home. I took care of myself mostly.
Nah.
Drove my mother nuts.
I was too busy trying to find... We're not going to talk about it. I was just a rough teenager. Okay, guys?
I was busy.
And of course, you know, my mother gave me the mother curse of, I hope your child is just as bad, if not worse than you. And I've given that to our son.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's with Justin right now. Yep. During the summer, he stays on the truck with his dad, so. I get a break every year,
yes,
or else
I remember.
If I don't get that break, it gets real fucking nasty around here.
I can't stop playing with this lipstick. I don't think I like it.
Like,
if I can actually feel the lipstick on my lips, I don't know about you guys, but it drives me crazy.
Oh yeah, because I'm sitting there constantly looking at it. The deal was when Justin got back on the truck was you're going to take him during the summers because I need at least 3 months to myself. Because of all the bullshit that we go throughout the school year.
Mm-hmm.
I can only handle so much stress to where it starts to physically start to affect me. And when that happens, it's game on.
Yeah.
So usually Christmas break, spring break, and blue is a good color on her though.
My mother loves this color on me.
And summer break, he's on the truck. And next year will probably be his last year on the truck, which is fine. Because the summer after that, he'll be graduated and I can get on the truck and I can run away. That's goals right there.
That's goals.
I'm not waiting for my kid to leave the house. I'm leaving the house. Fuck that. I will be old enough.
There we go.
To still be young enough to do stupid shit.
I will always be young enough to do stupid shit. One of the women that I really admire, whose name I cannot think of right now, is 75 years old and she still models. She has stark white hair. She is amazing. She is just absolutely amazing. I can't think of her name right now, but that's basically her thing. She's like, I'm never too old to do something.
No, and that's the truth. That's why I live by the rule of if you don't finance, fuck or feed me, don't tell me how to live my life.
Oh, you can't see it on here. I was brushing my hair out, and I am stock white here. I don't know why the lighting makes it look like I don't have any gray. If I did shave the side of my head, it would come back silver.
Oh, I don't think I would have
any color. I don't think I would have any color.
So I'm
seriously thinking about shaving off my undercoat as a like from here to here.
Do it.
And see if that comes back white. Because wouldn't that look cool?
That would look cool.
Actually, it wouldn't be. It would be silver. My mom calls them my pixie strands, and I didn't realize until after I got out of the shower today how shockingly silver they are.
I've called them multiple things throughout my life, especially in my hair career. It was those are your glitter strands, or those are your knowledge coming out. That's all your experience.
The knowledge pouring out of my.
And the fact that you're only as old as you feel is true until, your body starts breaking down on you. Because if that's the case, I'm still in my 20s, according to my brain. But according to my body, I'm already in my 50s.
Yeah. It's crazy. Oh, I had another kid hit on me the other day.
Oh, Jesus, lady.
It's so cute. They get online and they think that my bios all say how old I am and that I'm married with kids usually. But some kids, you're beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you're 16.
Right.
I have a child older than you. No. How old are you? I'm 47 years old. No, you're not. If I was going to lie about my age, would it really be 47 years old?
Right. Right.
Mid-30s, maybe. It's so funny. They want to fight you about it, though.
I'm just going to start telling people, how old do you think I am? Well, that's exactly how old I am.
Yep. Well, and then I used to.
I'm old enough to be a grandparent at this point, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I keep finding out people, my peers have grandchildren, and I'm like, oh my God.
By the time I was, so I had... my oldest at 18. My mom was 40 the first time I made her a grandmother. And I'm old enough to be a grandma at this point.
Yeah, Mel and Doll are in their early 30s. So.
I do not want to go back to my 30s at all.
My 30s weren't bad, but it was mostly me being a mom.
It was me being stupid.
I started doing the whole having a baby thing when I got pregnant at 28. The first time. So, and I had a lot of life before that because I started theater when I was 4. And I did music throughout that. And then I started modeling at 18 and I was in 2 bands and played music. And then I was an MC for drag queens for a couple of years. That was a lot. They called me Little Miss B. Because I would do a lot of Bette Midler songs, and I had that short. Remember when Bette Midler had that short bob cut?
Yes,
I had that. I didn't mean it to look like her, but
look, the only reason I would go back to my teen years is the amount of drugs that I did.
I didn't do anything until I turned 18.
Oh man,
I stayed away.
I can't remember a sober moment from my teenage years.
So much going on in my life. Like people were getting pregnant around me, and I'm like. When I know how that's done, first of all, right? I know how you make a baby, but when did you make the baby? Because you're always around me, and I don't remember seeing that.
It was in the bathroom at the bar.
Probably some of them because I was so
and like if I was to go back to my 20s, it would be much like my teenage years. There was a lot of drugs involved. There was a lot of drugs involved until I was about 35 years old, and then I moved across the country, moved back to the middle of the country. Well, I moved to the middle of the country. And I met Justin. And that's when my pants decided they were going to stick. The amount of stupid shit that I've done.
Rough. I will admit that my late teens were rough because I felt like I was fully grown and knew my shit, and my mom was really not dealing well with it.
Right.
So we had some harsh. It was harsh, and it was rough, but it made me who I am today. So
I can totally. I have forgotten a lot of my life on purpose. Like, I've blocked out so much it's not even funny. And for what I haven't blocked out has been quite an adventure. Thankfully, there's been a couple of times where I've almost relapsed, and Justin was there to tell me, everything I needed to hear, so I didn't. The man quite literally has saved my life more times than I can count. And it took him. That's all I know. If it wasn't for him, I would be dead.
Kira, I was bullied mercilessly for my weight too. I understand that. I don't know how I had come to this realization, but at about age 14, I just got so sick of it. And I thought about it. And I thought, you know what? And I'm really glad I came to this conclusion. And I really wish I could tell you guys how I did it, because I don't know. But at about 14 years old, I went, you know what? Fuck it. Who cares? Who cares what these assholes are saying? Do I want to be their friends? No. Do I want to be like them? No. Okay. I'm pretty. I'm smart. I'm talented. I'm going to eat what I want. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to kiss who I want. And y'all can go to hell.
And that hit me when I was probably 12 or 13. And you can ask anybody who knows me. I've always done what I want. I will do what I want when I want. Nobody can tell me any different. I'm the only one who pays the repercussions of my actions. But, and I have been.
Bye, Birdie, too.
I've been bullied for being too small. I've been bullied for being too big. I've been bullied for pretty much everything you can think of. But the thing is I just keep going because those motherfuckers don't rule my life. They don't live rent-free in my head.
Yeah.
I mean, every tragic episode that has ever happened in my life has turned into something that made me stronger. And that's what counts. I think
a lot of it is not living in it.
Right.
You don't.
I don't live in the past.
You can't live in it. Now, I don't regret it either. I don't have regrets.
Right.
I have memories, and I've made bad choices. I'll be the first one to say that. I have done some stupid shit in my time. But one, I don't get caught. And two,
that's a whole ass art too, by the way.
I don't get caught. And two, I learn from it, and I don't do it again. If it was dumb, I don't. It's like I go, I remember this one girl wanted to date me, and I was like, She's like, why? I love you. I said, you don't love me.
You don't
even know what love is.
Right.
She's like, well, no, I love you. I know it. I said, no.
No, you think you do.
You need to go get a goldfish and practice.
I thought that love was marriage and kids and doing all the stereotypical right things. And I didn't love myself. I've always tried to be who everybody else wants me to be. And then Justin came along and said, no, we don't do that here. I said, you don't want me at 100%. He said, but I do. And he has gotten me at 100% for the last 5 years. And there's been times where he's struggled with it, but he has troopered through. And there's times where I've struggled with it and struggled with him, but we trooper through. Yeah. We just get through it.
Mel, I always think you're still like 34 for some reason in my head. You just look young. You have a young presence about your face.
She does. She's so beautiful.
Her and I have a bit of the Gerber baby thing going. The round.
It's okay.
It's not a bad thing.
No.
I have a Cabbage Patch Kid nose, but I can change that if I want.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I have no idea what shape your nose is.
I didn't know what was.
That was one of the best compliments I've ever gotten on my makeup, I think. Well, except for the drag queen telling me I was the best female drag queen he ever met.
I could tell you some stories about that shit. Like, legitimately, I thought I knew what it was. And 3 failed marriages and a whole bunch of other relationships later, I finally found the one. And now I don't want to let go.
No, once you find it, you don't want to let go.
No.
And you know, some unsolicited advice, make a list. You don't have to show anyone else your list. You don't have to talk about your list. Make a list so that you know what you want and what you need.
I never know what I want or I need until I want it or need it. Then I just tell Justin, hey, I want this. Hey, I need this. And he's like, well, then get it.
Well, and it can be really stuff you think is like stupid. I hate using that word, but it's the only one I have. Because like one of the things on my list was I needed someone who would look at my art, any form of my art that I do, and not say, oh, it's different. That phrase could not come out of their mouth.
Right.
Because I can't stand that phrase. Tell me it's terrible.
I wish you would. That is a phrase that triggers the shit out of me.
Oh, that's different. That is the most. Oh, they drove me crazy. And people are like, is that really on your list? I'm like, that is really on my list. And my husband has never done that.
Yeah, no, my dad used to say, I wish you wouldn't, or I wish you would. And I catch myself saying it. And I'm like, oh, don't say that. That's just bad.
That's, yeah.
Now, if I say I wish you would, that's going to be a fight.
And, or one of the things that drove me crazy and still does is the passive aggressive. I'm sorry too. When you're like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry too. I'm sorry, are you okay? I'm sorry too.
Don't be sorry.
It's so passive aggressive.
Now, granted, I will tell people I'm sorry because typically it is.
No, if I mean it.
Yeah, it's a genuine feeling.
That's another thing.
But I don't say it if I don't mean it. Like, sorry, not sorry. No. It's very rare that I say it because I'm not ever sorry.
Nisa, no, I want to be a writer, but I'm not the best writer.
That's okay. Neither am I.
When you go to sleep at night, I'm a writer. When you wake up in the morning, first thing you do is think, I want to write.
Do it.
You're a writer.
It doesn't matter. Just get it out. I have burn books. I've written so many novels, it's not even funny. And what I do with them is it took one time. I got one bad review on a free website because of my punctuation, and I never published anything after that again. But I'll tell you what, I write the shit out of if I got to get it out of my system, it turns into a whole ass novel. And then I end up taking them out to my burn pit in my backyard.
Do you know how many people don't even understand? Famous writers, a lot of famous writers cannot spell or use punctuation. Nope. They have stories in their heads they need to get out. That kind of stuff, the grammatical, there, I said it. Mel, are you proud of me? That almost didn't come out right. I felt it. And the punctuation, that's an editor's job. That's what editors do to make sure it's presented. That's such a different thing. As long as it makes you happy. If you do,
usually I take some kind of tragedy that I've been through and I write a story about it, and I make whoever who caused the tragedy the bad guy. They end up dead. Then they get burned. It's a form of therapy, and it works for me.
Thank you.
I've had multiple people tell me you should publish your, because they've actually read it. You should publish this. You should not. And I'm like,
well, our friend Monica, who's been on the show quite a few times, she is a published writer, and she's the lead in a punk band called Sugar and Spit, who opened for a band who's opening for a band this weekend in Savannah, Georgia. If anyone's near there, I can't remember which band now off the top of my head. Anyway, that's the point of the story. She asked me if I was going to write my memoirs, as it were,
usually in a grotesque manner.
Tons of stories, and we've discussed a few things, and we have discussed her ghostwriting for me. Basically, I would send her
ideas,
stories. I would tell the stories, and she would ghostwrite them for me. Because we communicate really well. We're both Sagittarians, so when it comes to art, we're both usually right there. And kill them in the book.
yeah, they die in the book grotesquely and in very descriptive manner.
She is very much all about the editors doing their job. She's like, that's not my job. That's your job. If the editor gives her shit, she's like, no, that's your job.
I end up, what happens, the process for me is something happens and my brain feeds into it, and they end up becoming stories that I end up writing down. And then I can tell you the last one, it was an ex that was, I had him put in jail for something. And then he got out for some reason and started stalking me. And there was a brutal, brutal fight. And he's much bigger than I am. He still fell. He still died. But it's all, it was just me trying to, and now I have to face this motherfucker. But I can remember that I killed him at one point in my book.
In the book.
And that's what keeps me going.
Yeah. So everyone, remember, we are all made up of the stuff of stars that makes us extraordinary creatures. So find your spark, ignite your passions, make your dreams come true. Don't use the word I can't, the words I can't. That's crap.
There is no I can't, there is only I won't.
Yep. Wake up and decide what you're going to do today. Do it.
Do it.
Even if it's just get out of bed.
I'm going to imagine a bunch of impossible things that may never happen, but I'm still going to do it.
We adore you all so much. We hope you come back for Homespun Magic tonight at 8 p.m. We are going to be talking about the rabbits pattern that we are starting next week, and we're all probably going to be doing odds and ends stuff that we're working on. Projects. I know that Doll has like 3 blankets she's working on right now.
We adore you.
So yeah, I'm going to make a few videos because I think this makeup deserves some screen time.
I'm gonna go make some poppers.
Oh, I need something to eat too. Oh my God, it's almost 6 o'clock.
Yeah, we don't have much time.
All right. Okay. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.